Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have a serious question for you. You know I'm a very serious individual. And here's the question. Are you buying too much XRP? That's a relative term. Too much? What could that be? Well, what got me thinking along these lines is this article right here on your screen from AMB Crypto. Bitcoin, XRP, ETH, Link, etc. Is too much crypto in your portfolio a problem? Well, look, I'll say this. So I don't have a financial background. I am not offering financial advice. Do not buy or sell because of me, but I'm happy to share my opinion, which I will do in this video. It's a non-professional opinion, but it makes a ton of sense to have a diversified portfolio, and I'm not talking about within the crypto asset class. A lot of people would say that too. Okay, perfectly fine. I'm still all about utility. I own a bunch of different cryptocurrencies, but including Bitcoin. But it's just, in terms of diversification, yeah, of course it makes sense. I wonder how many of us out there, as far as our XRP acquisition, like how many people, if they knew what some of us were doing, be like, "You guys wacky, son." Like, how many be like, "You are purchasing too much XRP." And again, it's all relative anyway, but it's a fun topic of conversation here. Am I purchasing too much? Well, here's the way I look at it. If you're investing in such a way that you're having trouble sleeping at night, or even if you're currently not having trouble sleeping at night, if it went to zero, it would cause great distress, then you're probably purchasing too much. So for me, I think that is not. But that's the case for me anyway. Before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP, you done came to the right spot, son. This is indeed an XRP-centric channel. All right, and I shared recently too that here's the way I looked at it, because I have admittedly increased my purchasing of XRP as of late. And I've publicly stated that, and I'm not going to share how much I have ever, but I'm happy to state that. And so, like, here's the way that I looked at it, and you guys can tell me if you think I'm nuts or not. The first time I brought it up, people put in the comment section pretty much all positive things, so I guess we're all pretty like-minded. But I was like, here's the way I'm looking at it. And I said, this isn't exactly what I'm doing, but just to get the concept out there. Let's say that I took like a year's worth of my disposable income. So anything outside of my required expenses, fixed expenses, and then the rest, it would always be, for me, like I don't spend a bunch of money, so it would have been invested anyway. But what if I took all that? Like let's just say it was a year's worth of cash, and I'm not saying that's what I did, but let's just say it was a year's worth, because that would probably be a fair amount for most people, right? Let's say I threw it all into XRP, and I lost all of that. I asked myself the question. I was like, all right, Moon Lambo, if you lost all of that, if you did that and you lost all of that in XRP, it went to zero, would that be life-changing? And for me, the answer was no, because even if I lost a full year of accumulating and getting closer to retirement, I actually don't ever want to retire anyway, but even if I lost a year, would it change anything about the way I'm conducting my life? The answer was no. But then I asked myself, okay, Mr. Moon Lambo, what if it goes to where you think it might go in terms of price action? And mind you, I don't make price predictions, but what if it was worth substantially more? What if it even hit the all-time high or greater? Would that be life-changing? And my answer to that was yes, it would be. And so I thought, okay, I'm confident in this. It wouldn't, I understand it's a gamble, but even if I'm wrong, and I could be, because this is a highly risky situation, I get that. Even if it goes to zero, I'm just like, it's not going to end me. I will wake up in the morning. I'm not going to cry myself to sleep. It's going to be okay. I'm an adult. I'm a big boy. I made this decision on my own. And we're all making our own decisions, right? And so that's kind of where I came from. And so that's kind of the calculus I was using to determine whether or not I'm buying too much. So for me, the answer is no, I'm not buying too much. But are you? So check this out. Just jump into this piece here. They say you need to be brave to invest in cryptocurrencies. In a market where price changes over 10% and pump and dumps are a common occurrence, a bit of safety shouldn't go amiss. Yet, there's a lack of it. Crypto investors are not just dipping their toes into the cryptocurrency markets, they're taking the plunge with no paddle to pull them out if they too deep, which is an incomplete sentence. If they too deep. All right. Good job, crypto media. According to a survey by cryptocurrency exchange Huobi shared with AMB Crypto, digital assets are the primary avenue of investment for retail investors. Among the 491 respondents to the survey, only 1 in 3 invest in traditional stock as a corollary to their cryptocurrency investment, and less than 1 in 10 invest in fixed income securities like government or corporate bonds. And see, to me, it still makes sense to diversify. Because if you want... I've said this too. I'm not counting on crypto for retire. I never have been. I decided I said to myself years ago, if that's what I'm counting on, that's a bad... Now, it doesn't mean it couldn't be that type of money in the future if I'm right about where this is going, but I was like, that cannot be the plan because it's too risky and too uncertain. There's not enough of a track record. And that's what I decided for myself. We all got to decide for ourselves. And so for me, it's more like traditional investing, including a lot of that would be in stocks, obviously, right? Pick an index. To me, that's responsible. There's enough of a track record for about 100 years that if you just steadily put it in, it's not going to be as exciting as crypto, but, you eventually get to the finish line, right? And so to me, that makes a ton of sense in diversification. I'm all for that. But they write, however, beyond the two big investment avenues of stocks and bonds, there's a bit of diversification. Around 1 in 4 respondents look for other forms of investment, like real estate, foreign exchange, or investment funds. But rather, they are predominantly into cryptocurrencies. In terms of allocation to cryptocurrency, nearly every other respondent plans to invest at least 10% to 30% of their annual income into digital assets, and 1 in 4 intends to allocate more than 30%. So how about that? So again, I'm not saying that I am investing my full disposable income for a calendar year, but that's not sounding quite as wacky compared to these people here. I mean, that's less, I get that, but it's kind of like in the ballpark, right? I mean, even 30% is more than almost anyone on the planet. But that's part of what's so exciting about being in the world of crypto right now, the opportunity for these asymmetrical gains, because the markets are so illiquid, almost no money has to come in for you to get this multiplier effect, whether it's double, triple, quadruple, 10x, whatever it is that you put in. It's not because it's some sort of weird scam thing. Most people just don't understand this. It's because there's almost no money in it, so it's easy for a few more people to jump in, and it just rallies like crazy. It's that simple. And I think most people, they just miss it. That's also why you see all this price action to the downside that's super scary. Well, it's not scary to me because I understand why it's happening, right? And there is something to this. So as long as the cryptocurrency is going to be around, asset class is going to be around forever, and I believe that it will be, unless the internet goes away, which it won't, unless nuclear apocalypse, and then okay, fine. It's here to stay. It simply is here. So then it's more like, which cryptocurrencies does it make sense to invest in? And for me, my personal investment thesis is that utility matters and will win the day, and I invest accordingly, right? But this is clearly a higher percent what they're citing there, 30%. My God, 1 in 4 intends to invest more than 30% of their income. And this is clearly higher than the 2.5% stake that most money managers advise to put into Bitcoin or other top cryptocurrencies. Yes, it is. No guts, no glory, man. Now, commenting on these figures, Ciara Sun, VP of Global Business at Huobi, told AMB Crypto, quote, "These findings aren't surprising, but they do solidify our belief that digital assets will continue playing a significant role in the future borderless economy and help drive global financial inclusion." Yeah, truer words have never been spoken. Yes, indeed, it's clear for those that are paying attention. And if you are listening to this channel, congratulations, you are on the cutting edge of this societal evolution, effectively, right? Like, it really is that big of a paradigm shift. It really is. The way that money's going to be flowing around the planet, the Internet of Value as Ripple sees it, for example. This is real stuff here. And as it turns out, decentralized cryptocurrencies, XRP, with an open market price are required to make this a reality, thus driving genuine value. And of course, it deserves, as a result, to have a perpetual price, on the open market value that doesn't just eventually go to zero and stay dead forever, right? Write your obituary for Bitcoin or XRP if you want to, which people have been doing for the better part of a decade. It's not going away, though, right? Unless we're wrong fundamentally, like if there's some sort of unforeseen bug in XRP, which at this point I'd be blown away. Having over like 50 million ledgers closed successfully since it was launched. Or what if actual real-world adoption slows down? Okay, at some point that would matter. But that's why I'm watching this, too. And that's why I always tell you, like, if I'm investing in anything and I find out that it's a bad idea for any reason, then I just shift, right? Because I'm not married to the idea. And so if for any reason I ever personally, genuinely believe it's bad for me to invest in XRP, I'll publicly state that. But and I am a critic of like things that I think are negative against Ripple and XRP because I don't want to be a hype channel, and I'm not. This is not a hype channel. It's a reality channel. The way that I see it here, there's so much good stuff happening around the XRP ecosystem. We don't need no damn hype. Frankly, we really simply do not here. But anyway. While these numbers do point to the bravado and the trust cryptocurrency investors have in the market, it does point to the maturation of the market as well. Diversification is an important aspect of any portfolio, but this can be done in a complete digital assets portfolio as well. Asset price safety can be achieved through investing in stablecoins, either fiat collateralized stablecoins like Tether, or crypto collateralized stablecoins like DAI. Yeah, I still don't trust Tether, by the way. I don't. I'm not convinced. That's scary to me. Okay, that's scary. Recurring income investments like yield-focused bonds can be mimicked by investing in liquidity pools or by lending out idle cryptocurrencies. I know that you can do this. I personally do not feel safe if I do not have my cryptocurrencies in my own private wallet, cold storage, and so. Yeah, fine, missing out on something, but those types of gains that you get, so the legitimate ones, maybe you're getting like 8%, maybe that's completely legit, depending on what you're talking about, maybe. I'm not interested. If I want 8%, I'm going to invest in the stock market. I'm not going to put my cryptocurrency at risk to do that. And nothing against any of you if you are. I'm just telling you what, like, my risk threshold is not to that level. I'm not willing to do it. Anyway, they also write, and the kicker, hedging can be achieved by pretty much all forms of decentralized currencies because that's what they are meant for. So is this sort of lack of traditional finance diversification hurting the cryptocurrency market, or is it helping become more mature? Well, we'll have to find out, they state. Well, I think that we're always edging closer to the maturation of the asset class with every single passing day here. You know, you can't tell it day by day, but, you know, fast forward a year, and then you're like, oh, there's some progress there. And then another year, and then before you know it, it's like, huh, how about that? So it all takes time, but as far as purchasing too much crypto, just be careful out there. You know, you guys are all adults. You make your own decisions. You know, Moon Lambo ain't gonna judge you, and I don't need to know what you're doing on that front. But just make sure that you're not setting yourself up in such a way that you're like putting your retirement at risk by investing in crypto or anything like. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, that seems crazy. Like, I'm not doing that. Just to be clear, I am super duper not doing it. I've set myself up in such a way that if I'm wrong about all this crypto stuff and it goes to zero, I'll be fine. And to me, that seems reasonable. The rest of it, whatever. And again, that doesn't speak to my confidence. It's just, like, it doesn't matter how confident I am. It's more about risk tolerance. That's what it's about, which are two different things. They really are. So as long as you can sleep at night, and if you lose it all, you're going to feel good, then you might be in a safe place. You got to decide this all for yourself, again, like I keep saying. But it's certainly food for thought. But I'm just going to continue purchasing XRP for the foreseeable future. I am not finished with that. But that is it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!